your business or your product. Call us on 0114 777 000 or email us on info@faithtodaytv.co.ke.
Every great journey begins with a single step. And at JCK Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practical, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in a real healthcare setting, preparing to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at JCK Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare. We empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our May and June intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. JCK Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
At JCK Hospital, we understand that a child's smile is priceless. That's why our dental services are tailored with care and compassion to ensure your little ones have the best experience possible. From gentle checkups to specialized treatments, our pediatric dental experts create a safe and friendly environment, making every visit fun and stress-free. Because we believe healthy habits start young. And for the grown-ups, we've got you covered too, with top-notch dental care for the whole family. Visit JCK Hospital today, located in Roysambu, opposite Park University on Lumumba Drive, and experience dental care that's gentle, professional, and family-friendly. JCK Hospital, you first.
Greetings and welcome back to yet another transformative episode of the healthyyou program. This is your favorite health program on Faith Today television. My name is Enock Kitondekijja, your host, and I'm so honored to walk this journey of healing, health, and transformation with you. Now, a special thanks goes to JCK Hospital, our very partners. They make this program possible. And I'm told this month they have a very interesting offer for those of you who are looking for dental services. They have made an upgrade in their services. Nobody should be struggling with teeth issues, gum issues in this day and age. So they're up to it, and reach them. You can reach them using that number on your screen. They are in Roysambu along Lumumba Drive, just next to Park University. They are also in Muranga and Juja Farm. So make use of JCK Hospital. They are making this possible. Now, did you know that nearly 60 to 70% of the diseases today are linked to lifestyle and stress, and not even genetics? Now, that is according to the World Health Organization. But think about it. If these daily habits can cause us so much sickness, could they also hold the power to heal from all these diseases? Now, what does the body really need to trigger this healing ability that God has given to us. Now, today is an interesting day, and we are onboarding a conversation, a continuation of what we started last week. We are talking about the power within. Today, we are focusing on what does the body really need to heal itself. And to help us unpack this is again our expert, Michael from Nuga Best. He's the director, he's an instructor, he's so many things. He's onboarding this conversation for us. And I am aware of those of you who are following us on Faith Television. There are those of you who are catching this show for the first time. We want to ask you to subscribe to Faith Television. Remember to follow us. We have so much update concerning your health and healing. You don't want to miss any. And in case you have any question concerning this discussion, we have that number on your screen. Send it in right away. Back to my guest, Michael. We are so happy to get you again to Faith Television.
Thank you for hosting me once again.
Yes.
It's been a real honor for me and also for my family and the company to be part and parcel in letting each and every person know the do's, the don'ts, so that we may work together in this journey of health. Because like we said last week, when you are healthy, that's the greatest wealth that you can have. Someone who is healthy can serve God even much better. You can be more productive. And also it gives you peace when you're healthy. And not only you, but also with people around you. So I'm honored to be back. I'm sure. Probably, I don't know, but probably I'm the few that have returned. And I'm glad that you guys have decided to invite me once again.
And indeed, because of the public demand, we have you yet again on Faith Television. Because of the value you gave us last time, you really broke down science, the science of the body, how the body gets to heal itself so well. And that is why we have you back again. For those of you who are tuning in, the expert in the building is one that has more than 10 years experience in working with different people who have a variety of issues, like he's going to be divulging to us this very morning. To begin with, we have a challenge in the healthy system today, in the healthy sector. So many people are sick. So many people come to hospital. Actually, the statistics tell us 50% of the people who come to the hospital are suffering from a chronic illness, you know?
Yes.
So from your practice and then your experience, what do you think is the cause of all these diseases we are seeing today?
Enoch, there are a wide range of factors that may bring about illnesses or diseases in our bodies. Last week, we tried to highlight two body systems, if you may remember, which was the nervous system. Remember, we said the nervous system controls and coordinates all organs and structures of the human body. So when there is a misalignment of the spinovertebral column, we saw that irritation that goes to the nervous system is what leads to some of these chronic pains and conditions that people are suffering from. Then we did highlight more on blood circulation or the cardiovascular system. If you check the statistics, you'll see that over 50% of deaths caused in the whole world, that happen in the whole world, they are caused by cardiovascular related issues. And once you hear cardiovascular, definitely it matters to do with blood circulation. So maintaining good blood circulation and the nervous system functioning well, we saw last week that these two body systems do contribute to a good number of conditions that people may be suffering from. But to expound more on different factors that may bring about pains and other different conditions, one, lifestyle, like you had mentioned before, it's really contributing to a good number of conditions that people are suffering from. To expand more on it, lifestyle is broad. It can be even your working space, where you are working. I've seen so many clients, visitors, coming with issues to deal with general body coldness that has brought about different issues like nerves issues, joint issues. Probably people work in cold rooms. We have people who work in companies, if I may mention, I think I had a client who used to work in a company known as Homegrown, and they deal with French beans, and these products need to be put in very cool conditions. So generally, when you work in certain conditions, today, tomorrow, 1 year, 2 years, automatically that coldness slowly will be creeping in your body. And we saw last week that once your body your body temperature drops, we saw that's one reason why our blood may not circulate well. Why? Because low body temperature leads to constriction of blood vessels. So when your blood vessels are constricted, your blood doesn't get enough space to maneuver. So what follows? One, numbness. And that's why you'll find most people do have numbness in the extremities, maybe their tips of their fingers, their toes. Numbness is one definite condition or symptom that someone will start experiencing. Two, there are people who have having tingling sensation, or we call it pins and needles, because the circulation is poor, probably to your extremities. There are people that will also have burning sensation, swollen ankles, painful joints and muscles. These are indicators that your blood circulation is poor. And if you look at it, where is the root cause? The lifestyle, where you work, is the root cause of all these issues. So lifestyle can also come with what you do during your leisure time. If you look at Nairobians, or generally, if you look at the whole world, people after work, they do different things. Some love swimming. Some love, going to parties. Some love going to church. Different lifestyles. But if you look at what people do, especially what they eat, these are things that do contribute to our well-being. So foods, they're part of lifestyle. People who smoke, these are things that contribute to different health issues that may come about in our bodies. If you look at food, we say you are what you eat. And I've come to learn, Enock, the power of fasting. When you fast, your body does regain that healing, self-healing ability. When you don't give your body food or the glucose or the sugars that we give our bodies, that's when the cells get a chance to repair themselves. So it's a very broad topic that I don't want to dwell much in, because we'll take all our time and not talk about other factors. But lifestyle does really contribute to different issues and conditions that we may be experiencing. So the key thing to this is to be proactive. If you're working in a cold environment, you need to find ways, like now that's where Nuga Best comes in. Find ways whereby you can be getting rid of this coldness that is creeping inside your body. If you're eating too much sugars, you need to find a way to sweat it out, to do exercise, so that you prevent. When you talk about being proactive, it's all about prevention. One thing with us, modern men and women, we are reactive. Most of the time I go to churches or different places and I maybe get introduced to someone like you, and I tell them, can you try Nuga Best, or can you try this? Most people will be like, I'm not sick. So people believe for them to think about health, they first of all need to be sick. Whereas the best way to be healthy is to be proactive with your health. We say prevention is better than cure. But I always insist that also prevention is cheaper than cure. People react most of the time because we are looking for cure. You end up spending even more money. So when you try to be proactive, you try to do prevention, maintaining the proper spine alignment, having the right sitting postures, wearing the right shoes, maintaining proper body temperature. You'll find, Enock, I was talking about coldness, because I try to insist about body temperature a lot. There's a process we call homeostasis in our body, and this is a process whereby the body tries to create an equilibrium or a balance in the body. So it heals. This is where the body is healing itself. So most of the time, you'll find I do insist on body temperature a lot and spine alignment because it does play a very huge role. We are warm creatures. When you are alive, you are warm. When life gets out of us, we become cold. So that tells you the importance of maintaining the optimum body temperature. So you'll find most people, when you as we talk more about lifestyle, there are people that once they get into their homes, they believe they have to get a cold drink. Then they don't take lukewarm water. They just want that cold water from the fridge, that cold soda, that cold beer, if I may mention. So eventually, people think for your body to be cold, I have to touch you and feel the coldness. Someone who has pneumonia, if you touch them, are they cold?
Some are not.
Yes, they are warm actually on their surface.
Yeah.
But inside, that's where the coldness is. And that's where now most issues start to come about. That constriction of blood vessels, poor circulation of blood to your cells. That means poor oxygen circulation to your cells. That means poor nutrient circulation to your cells. And also the removal of waste in the body becomes poor. So lifestyle, we need to adjust our lifestyles. When it comes to the spine, when we talk about gadgets that we are using, you and I, we mentioned because of looking down at our phones constantly, that may have repercussions on our cervical spine. Laptops, people are working at home nowadays. There are people who sit. I find clients who tell me, I go into my office, I sit from 7 a.m. unless I have a short call. My breakfast is brought to my table. My lunch also brought to my table. So you'll find these people, some of these people, they are constantly sitting, looking down at their phone. So eventually, that kind of lifestyle start affecting their spine. I've served so many drivers because of sitting for too long. There are people who drive for 6 hours, 8 hours straight. I've found there are people that always work with targets. He wants to prove probably he's the fastest person to come from Mombasa to Nairobi. So he wants to make sure everyone knows I came within 5 hours or 4 hours. But generally, scientifically, it's always good, especially for drivers. If I may talk about them in this context, make sure after every 100 kilometers, if you are going with a speed of 100 kilometers per hour, that's like 1 hour. So generally, you need to step out of the car, look for a small center or even beside the road. Just stand from your seat, walk around. I'm telling you, Enock, those 5 minutes will go a long way in making sure you are proactive. You are preventing further degeneration of your discs, because once you are used to sitting for too long, your disc will degenerate, your nerves will be pressurized, and we said if the spinal nerves are pressurized, there will be no communication from the brain to different body organs and cells, resulting to pain and diseases. So if you can do the right things that will make sure your spinal nerves are not pressurized, this is going to help a lot in the long run. And that's why you'll find most drivers, because of affecting their lower back, they'll have issues with their legs. The people will have sciatica. If there is a common issue that most people are coming about with, it's the sciatic nerve. That sciatic nerve, most people who sit for too long, you work in an office, you drive for too long, or any other work that entails sitting for too long, you are likely to affect your lower back. And that's why when you affect your lower back, sciatica will come. Your knees may start having issues. Swollen ankles, tingling sensation in your legs, burning sensation in your legs. People will start having even issues with their bladder. Remember, even the nerve that serves the bladder is located here at the lower back. So when you sit for too long, and that's why you'll find there are people that there is lack of communication between their bladder and the brain. So at some point, because these conditions probably have become worse, they cannot control their bladder, but they don't connect it to the spine. So the lifestyle that we are living Definitely. The places of work, what we do after we work, these are things that people need to watch out for. Yes.
And I appreciate the detail that you've given to the lifestyle diseases, because I tell you, it's a struggle, it's a struggle in the health sector, because the numbers are growing every day, and you look at the COVID effect, most people try to adjust, They're working from home, and even after COVID, some people just maintain the routine.
Yes.
So people are making money, but in a way they are affecting their health. Sure. You are talking about the foods we eat.
Yes.
I think that is something that we need to really pay attention to, because that is something that we are exposed to every single day.
Yes.
So if our health can be impacted by what we eat, I think that is very important for us to pay attention to what we eat, the sugars, what time do we eat, and things like that.
Yes.
We've talked about now the sitting postures. Most of the people now are their laptops and computers. They've been in their offices for long times.
Yes.
You've acknowledged that someone should at least get breaks of 5 minutes, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so for our viewers, we are getting so much info today concerning our lifestyle, knowing well that most of the diseases that people are struggling with, WHO acknowledges that, a tune of 70% of the illnesses today is all because of lifestyle stress, not even genetics. So that is what Michael is helping us understand, that when we deal with our lifestyle, we deal with our behaviors, daily habits, there's so much that can be done to sort our health issues.
Yes.
Do you have something to talk about stress? People are stressed today, and does that even impact our health? How does it impact our health, and what do you have to do about it? How do you handle it from your perspective as a practitioner from Nuga based?
Thank you for the question. It's a very good question, because stress is something that unless you have it, you'll feel like people don't understand you. Yeah? But what you'll find is when you are stressful, remember the brain, we said, is the headquarter. It is the control, the command center of the body. So that's where all the healing hormones come from, the happy hormone, the sad hormone. Yani, the brain plays a very huge role. So when you are stressed, the stress doesn't only remain in the brain. It does spread also to your organs. And that's why now you'll find people who are stressed, it does also affect their blood pressure. Some will have increased blood pressure because of the stress probably they are going through. It could be a work stress, it could be a family issue stress, it could be, even conditions do bring stress. You can imagine someone being told you have cancer. Automatically, their brain will be confused. So stress is something that I always believe it's very important to manage, because once you manage stress, you'll manage a lot of things. Because if you manage your stress, it means also you'll be in a position to sleep better. We'll talk about sleep more as we continue the conversation, because we'll find even sleeping does play a huge role in our body regaining the self-healing ability. So stress, one thing with stress, I always say, or white people say, when you share, a problem shared is a problem half solved. And I'm telling you, Enoch, and this is the reason why you'll find most women live for many years than most men. If you look at the life expectancy right now in Kenya, for men, do you know how many years it is for men?
In Kenya?
Yes.
What did you last read? What was it?
57 years to 60 years. For women, it's 62 to 65. You can see there is a difference of almost 10 years. And
that is significant, because when you look at it, there's a certain post I saw somewhere when someone was complaining that men are no longer showing up in certain places.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I think I saw it too.
You saw it too?
Yes. But I saw also other men trying to counter the statement, saying men are very busy doing other things. But you'll find there's deeper to it about that. Yeah? So why do women live for so long? Or why do they have an edge over men in terms of life expectancy? one thing you'll note that women share a lot. They'll meet in churches, in choir sessions, they'll meet in different places whereby they meet, in salons. And a woman will share, Mama Kimani, my knee is very painful nowadays, or I'm feeling some form of discomfort on my left side. What could be the issue? Then the hairdresser will probably come up with a suggestion that will eventually probably help this lady. You and I, we may meet. I'm sitting in different postures. You ask, hey, Mike, are you okay? Me, I'm good. I'm good. So I always say, when you know thermos, the thermos that we use to put tea.
Where I come from, we call it a flask.
A flask. Yeah. So when a flask is on top of this table with hot tea inside it, and it's closed, and we can see it, you can't tell it's suffering inside. It's burning, the hot tea, it's burning the flask. But if you pour some to my cup, then you pour some to your cup, you've reduced the hotness. So eventually we share around this room. By the time, maybe if it's a 1 liter flask, by the time you're sharing 4-5 cups, the 1 liter tea will be over, yeah? But the thermos will be, it will be relieved. Atutona imetoa some form of smoke, yeah? So stress is like that. So when you try and share some of these issues and conditions probably you could be having, it's like you're pouring the hot tea. So you are solving the problem in one way or another. That's why you get the solution. But you'll find us men, because we do take time before we mention some of these things. We mention when we see, hey, I think I'm going to die. So that's when now people try to, most men try to speak out to say this and that, this is what I've been experiencing. And you'll find most of them, even their doctors will be like, why didn't you come early? Why didn't you come to deal with this? This is a condition that you could have dealt with. But because someone probably, it stressed him all alone, he did not share. Even in general life, if I'm having issues, it doesn't have to be health-wise. It can also be business-wise. I can come share with you and we talk 1 or 2 things. Then in one or another, you'll give me a solution and that stress will be managed. So stress is something that people need to try to talk to manage so that we can deal with these health conditions that are triggered by the stress that we may be going through.
Wow, thank you so much. Today we are having so much detail. We are helping to unveil the fact whereby so many people are suffering from their lifestyle illnesses. We have also broken down stress being a very integral part, playing a very integral part in causing so many diseases today. And we are learning that if you can share some of your issues or problems, more so for us than men, it can help us deal with so many of these conditions. We are getting this from an expert from Nuga based. Again, remember this show is brought to you by none other but JCK Hospital. I know we are going to take a short break, but before we do, I have a very important question that I want to bring to you, Michael.
Yeah.
You know, when you look at the convention way or the hospitals today or convention, they talk about treating the symptoms, and I think you highlighted about it last time.
Yes.
And for you, people push for dealing with the prevention, dealing with the causes and things like that.
Yes.
How do we bridge the gap between conventional medicine and then the complementary part that you are playing, so that we can have a harmony and then bring about the results for our clients, because that is all we want to see. Yeah.
Very powerful question, because remember, complementary medicine doesn't mean you should overlook conventional medicine. There are things that conventional medicine is more effective to deal with than complementary medicine. If you look at infectious diseases, that's where antibiotics come in or conditions that will find viruses and bacteria are involved. So how do we bridge this gap? One, we need to understand, like I think I mentioned last time, there is the hardware part of the body and the software part. If I may use those terminology in terms of maybe a computer. You can be having a very good computer, but with the right softwares, everything inside. But if the cable that brings power to that computer is not connected, those softwares inside that computer will not help you. So you will find that there are things that you will get from conventional medicine, and there are benefits that you'll get from complementary, because complementary, let's say you have a nerve that is pressurized. There is no medication that you're going to take that's going to go to your spine, align the vertebrae and discs to relieve the pressure from the spinal nerves and improve communication. So there, the conventional medicine will have like a line it cannot cross, and that's where complementary comes in. So probably there are medications you are taking, then we align the spine, we relieve the pressure from the nerves, then through a combination of those two medical systems, approaches, it's going to bring a holistic form of healing. So it's not one approach that brought the results, it's a combination of those two approaches. They've complemented each other, and it has brought proper health and better functioning of the body. So it's something that people need to look out for. If you look at body temperature, I don't think kuna tablet you can take to increase your body temperature. So that's where complementary medicine comes in. So if you do all these things and you create a balance, I'm pretty sure you'll get the best results.
Talking about a balance, I know we are going to continue that discussion. For our viewers, the expert in the building is helping us unlock the power within and what we truly need to bring about the healing, to trigger the inborn, innate capacity for our bodies to heal fully. And we are going to take a short break. When we return, he is going to highlight more on how we can really, what we really need. I know he talked about sleep as being a very integral, playing a very integral role in this. So there is so much more we are going to be discussing in the second part of our discussion. He has talked about balance, and I think all we need is balance. Someone made this statement and said, was it a man or a lady, that when you are just doing one part of medicine, maybe conventional medicine, you are like standing on one foot, you know? There's not so much of balance. But now what you're trying to bring on board is that when you have complementary, someone can now, you know,
strike a balance.
That and much more in the second part of our discussion. Just 1 minute, don't go anywhere.
Every great journey begins with a single step. And at JCK Hospital College of Health Sciences, that step is met with warmth, guidance, and possibility. Here, learning goes beyond the books. It is where future healthcare heroes are nurtured by passionate instructors who believe in their potential. From theory to practical, our healthcare assistant students gain real-world skills in a real healthcare setting, preparing to serve, support, and make a difference from day one. Because at JCK Hospital College of Health Sciences, we don't just teach healthcare. We empower excellence. Admissions are now open for our May and June intakes. Step into your future today. Find us at Blessed House, 5th floor, opposite Garden City Mall. JCK Hospital College of Health Sciences, empowering excellent healthcare.
Faith Today TV is here to make your brand outstanding. Worry not on where to advertise your business or your product. Call us on 0114 777
000 or email us on info@faithtodaytv.co.ke.
Hello there, my name is Enock. Taking care of your health should be a top priority. Looking at the various engagements that we have today, it is so easy to forget about our health, mental well-being. That is why we introduce to you the healthyyou talk show, a brand new show that is going to address matters concerning your health, nutrition, stress management, mental health, name it. We bring to you a wide range of experts who are going to be touching pertinent issues concerning our health. Tune in every Tuesday at 10 a.m. live on Faith Today TV.
All right, welcome back once again to our second segment. We are talking about the power within. God has given us the capacity to heal. Our bodies are wired, designed so well that they can heal themselves. But we really need to understand how do we really trigger this healing capability in our bodies. And we have an expert in the building, Michael, the director of Nuga-based Thika Road, helping us understand all this and how we can actualize this healing in our bodies, more so in the 21st century. In the first part, we've learned about balance. Balance plays a very key role in harmonizing the healing capacity in our bodies. Complementary medicine has a role to play, even to help conventional medicine have its better effects in our bodies. This part, we really want to now dive into what really we need. He talked about balance. Michael, welcome once again. You talked about balance.
Yes.
You talked about sleep. How do you approach that? What really do we need for us to trigger that inborn healing capacity that God has given us, like you put it?
Just where we left on balance. Our bodies work best when there is balance. If you look at even the way God created us, He gave us 2 years to strike a balance. Do you know, if you don't have 1 year, your head cannot even be straight. Somehow you'll be bending towards one side. 2 eyes, nostrils, two sides of our jaws as we go downwards. So balance is very important in our body. So when you talk about balance, we talk about balance in terms of pH. If your body is acidic, your cells would function as the way they are supposed to function. If your body has too much alkalinity, also the body won't function the way it's supposed to function. And that's why if you look at results that people do, maybe it's a blood test, mineral test, you will find there is a range, probably 3.5 to 4.5. If you need blood, there is a range that you need. If you have too much blood or too little blood, your body won't function the way it's supposed to function. So creating a balance, and that's where homeostasis comes in. It creates an equilibrium, whereby if your blood pressure goes up, it tries to make sure that the blood pressure goes down, probably by adjusting the elasticity of the blood vessels. Balance also comes in terms of blood glucose. If you have too much sugar in the body, it's not good. If you have too little sugar in the body, also it's not good. Body temperature, again, if your body temperature is quite high, it's not good for you. If it drops, it's also not good for you. Spine, balance of spine. If it goes to one side too much, it's not good for your health. If it goes to the other side, it's also not good for your health. So balance is very important. And that's why, what do you do to make sure that your body strikes the right balance? And that's where Nuga-based comes in terms of most of these things. If you look at balance of spine, Like we mentioned last time, we are the best when it comes to aligning the spine and making sure it has the right balance. If you look at even cars, if you go to service centers, there is a balancing bay whereby people bring their vehicles for balancing, because probably when they are driving, they can feel the car pulling them to one side. So balance is very important. Too much acidity, like I mentioned before, it's not good. So that you can, how do you create a balance with that? Eating the right foods. There are foods probably you eat and it spikes up your acidity level. So what do? You need to find a way of alkalinizing your system. And we said in Nuga best you have tomanium ceramics that help in alkalinizing the body system. So another thing we need to mention about balance, it's blood pressure. I mentioned it too. If it goes up, probably because of stress, there are people whose blood pressure may go up because of hyperviscosity. Probably their blood has too much fats and proteins, so the blood becomes thick. So if it's thick, it means the heart is going to use a lot of force to pump this blood. So you need to find a way whereby your blood is going to lose some of these fats and proteins so that it regains its normal viscosity. So if it's also very light, it's also not good. So balance, Enock, is very broad, and it's something that we need to do and take care of. But the body has its own mechanism to take care of this balance. So if it's body temperature, yes. Do you know when you're shivering? That's the way the body tries to increase its body temperature. That's why most of the time when you shiver, you shiver when it's cold. So the body shakes so that it can generate some form of heat so that the body temperature can go back to the normal optimum level. We had talked about sleep, and as we are indulging more on what the body needs to heal itself. So sleep is very crucial. You're supposed to sleep for 8 hours. And I believe most people, especially in cities like Nairobi, people sleep for even 4 hours, 3 hours. And this has a repercussion and a long-term effect in your health. There are people, they don't sleep probably because of work, and others don't sleep because they're in bed. You can be in bed, but you're not asleep. So you're just laying down there. And that's why we encourage people, come to Nuga Best, experience the products. It does help with sleep. Why? Because when you improve circulation even to your brain cells, what happens is that your brain relaxes, and that relaxation reciprocates to the whole body, and sleep will become better. And I will challenge anyone who has an issue with sleep to visit us, and it's going to help them a lot. So making sure you're sleeping well, how does this have an effect to your body? One, when you don't sleep well, you'll start having amnesia. Enock, your body, your brain creates space for new memory when you sleep. So when you are not sleeping, basically it means, I don't know if you ever have a phone, especially we call them tululus or kadudas, whereby Kabambe, yes, whereby they have maybe a storage of 20 messages. So if the 21st message wants to get into the inbox, it shows you there's something that wants to get in, but it can't because the storage is full. So that's how our brain reacts. When we don't give our brain enough rest, when we don't sleep enough, that's going to happen. You're going to have issues with the amnesia. And in the long term, amnesia will become worse and it will turn to dementia. So dementia now is another whole level, because remember, when you don't sleep, there is a protein called beta amyloid that the brain gets rid of when you are sleeping. The brain is a very complex organ. So it gets rid of these proteins when you are sleeping. So when you don't sleep, it builds up in your brain cells. So this beta amyloid, once it builds up in your brain, that's when our dementia starts to creep in. So dementia can get so serious. I don't know if you've ever come across someone with dementia, whereby
We thought dementia is for the old people.
yes, but to some it may begin even early.
Okay.
It may begin very early. Remember, Enoch, yes, there are a lot of old people, but not all the people have dementia. I know of a grandma who is 90 years old, and she remembers even things during Mau Mau period, and she can tell even the date. I've heard of testimonies from aged women saying, I got saved in 1971, Wednesday, it was on this date, we were at this particular, and
it was raining.
It was raining. Like, they're very specific with their details. And there's someone else, younger than this lady, who cannot remember even her home. You know, dementia can get very serious, whereby someone can forget even her own children. You find someone can't remember. You can imagine your mom not remembering you. Like, you tell, I'm Enoch, but she can't comprehend that. She can't remember. Or she can say, oh, it's Enoch. Then you go 2 minutes later, come back. She asks you, oh, you've come back, or you've come. She's even forgotten. She had seen you like 2 minutes before that. So,
what about people who forget their car keys quite often?
Yeah, now that's amnesia.
Okay.
Yeah, and amnesia is something that people do take it for granted, and it's something that it has a huge connection with sleeping.
Okay.
Remember, when you don't sleep, we've said, eventually, you know, there are long-term memories and short memories.
Yeah.
Short memories is like, we can agree to meet maybe in the next 1 hour at maybe a stroll at a particular spot. Then when I leave our conversation here, immediately I've forgotten that we had made plans to meet in the next 1 hour or so. So amnesia, dementia, all these things are connected to lack of sleep. If I may expound more, WHO also has indicated that lack of sleep or insomnia, it can be categorized as a carcinogen. That people who don't sleep well, they have a likelihood of also getting cancer at some point.
Yeah.
Yes, if you read more about sleep, you'll find for people who don't sleep, it increases their chances of getting stroke by 200%. 200%. You can imagine, that's like you're being confirmed twice. Like, if you don't sleep, you are guaranteed 2 times you're going to get stroke at some point. And actually, if you talk to people with stroke, they can relate and be like, actually, before this condition got to me, I could not sleep for some time.
Yeah, I think sleep is something that I feel you have more information about.
Yes.
And I see you siding with God, because even God says he gives his beloved sleep.
Yes.
So for our viewers, sleep is something that we need to really dig deep into. But for starters, he talked about 20 hours of sleep. How
8.
long? 8.
8.
Clearly 8 hours of sleep. You know, if we do not answer some questions, someone may stone me when I am walking out of the studio.
No problem.
So for our viewers, I appreciate those of you who are tuning in. This is Faith Today Television, and this program is brought to you by none other than Jessica Hospital. They are available for your service. Again, I remind you, they have made an upgrade in their dental services. Their delivery is on the other level. So you want to find out more using that number on your screen. You can as well reach them in Roysambu, and then they'll be just available to help. I have, we had questions. I think I'll pick just 2 from last time, because I see we have more coming in today. But I know there are viewers who needed to hear this. Someone asked last week about, this is Kelvin. Kelvin here. Thank you, Kevin, for watching Faith Today Television. I hope that you have also subscribed on our social handles. We are on Facebook. We are also on YouTube. Kevin says, can the body reverse inflammation once it's already chronic?
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. But it's not an overnight process. the challenge we have in some of these conditions, you cannot reverse them probably within a week or even 3 months, but consistency is what brings the best results.
So consistency brings the best results.
Yes.
All right. We have another viewer. Someone asked about detoxing. Does fasting or detoxing really help the body heal faster?
Yes. In our first segment, I mentioned fasting being very paramount in homeostasis. This a process that we mentioned is whereby the body creates an equilibrium. So detoxification and getting rid of waste from the body, it's one way that the body does do homeostasis.
What do you mean by detoxification?
Yes. So from the word detoxin, there is toxins. So toxins, these are elements in the body that are not supposed to be there. So they are supposed to be outside the body. And that's where now the excretion system comes in. Because that's the sole purpose of excretion system, to make sure that the body gets rid of the waste and the toxins that are in the body. So through sweating, and that's why we encourage people to come to Nuga based. There are thermal mats and belts that you can use for thermotherapy. So it's like sauna. So the more you sweat, the more you get rid of the toxins. And actually, sweating through or getting rid of toxins through the skin is very good, even for your kidneys and for your liver. And actually, if these two organs can talk, when you're sweating, they will be like, thank you. You've reduced a lot of work. Probably those toxins you could have taken 2 weeks to get rid of, but you've done it in a shorter period of time.
In a shorter period of time.
Yes.
All right. I have Philip here.
Yes.
In Ruiru. Philip said, following the conversation, I love it. Wait, how can someone tell the difference between real healing and just feeling better temporarily?
This is something that I believe. When you have real healing, and now I'm going to connect it with being proactive. So someone has come, got the real healing. You don't have any discomforts. You're feeling now you can jump, you can bend, you can do things. I've seen clients who've come, Enock. A lady comes with back issues. She tells you, I've not done anything for the last 2 years. I've not washed clothes, I've not done this. So when they come, they get that relief. They feel now they can bend, they can jump. Do you know what they do next? You see those 2 years they've mentioned that they've never worked. Hey, they are going to prove to everyone in the house, everyone in the village that actually I can work. So what do? They overwork. So that triggers probably the discomforts that she had. It was out of carrying heavy loads. It was out of probably sitting for too long. Then you go back to doing the same. Yes, you had total healing, but since you are not proactive, since you did not prevent, you do not follow some of these things you are mentioning, you are likely to bring about those symptoms again. So yes, people do get total healing, but good health is maintained. You have to maintain, even a good car, you have to maintain the oil, you have to maintain the greases. So, yes, you can get total healing with some of these conditions. And it's also good, to be honest, some conditions, because of probably being too chronic, you can only manage. I had mentioned last week about probably degenerated discs, that they are beyond repair. They cannot regenerate again. But since you've used the products, it can help you to maintain. Yes, they are degenerated, but you don't have pain. Yeah, am I making sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of it.
Yeah.
This discussion is very interesting because I know we're having so many people who even watch. We have music, I think the best currently among the broadcasters.
Yes.
And one of them, I think, is asking, can music or being in nature help the body heal?
Wow. Very good question again. We mentioned about 6 natural doctors. I probably mentioned it to you, but I did not mention it to our viewers. And the 6 natural doctors that we talk about, I'll mention quickly, then probably go into details in some of these things. One, it's sunlight. Do you know there are people that the last time they basked under the sun, they can't even remember. You get into the office at 6:30 or 7 in the morning, the sun is still rising, you get into an enclosed space, you work there throughout the day. By the time you're leaving your working space, the sun is already setting. So your far infrared levels, remember we said far infrared heat, our own bodies generate far infrared heat, and we get it from the morning sunshine and the evening sunshine. So if you don't take time to make sure that you maintain the proper far infrared levels, you're going to have issues in the long term. And that's where now people like us in Nuga Best come in, whereby you can get far infrared heat even if you're not basking under the sun. But if you're not in a position whereby you can come to Nuga Best, kindly make an effort of basking under the sun. Remember, actually, the sun was the first way the early man used to treat their bodies. Even right now, when you're not feeling well, you'll feel your body telling you, get out of like a room like this and bask. And you'll find someone basking even in a very hot sun, under a very hot sun, and you'll be like, you're not feeling the heat? I'm okay. Because he or she feels like the energy is being boosted, yeah? So sunlight is very important.
Yeah, so one is sunlight.
Yes. 2, rest, which is sleep. Mm-hmm. So sleeping for the right hours is very crucial. 3, nature, or breathing fresh air. Remember, actually, Enoch, when you breathe fresh air, it's also a way that the body uses to balance and stabilize the pH.
Okay.
Because when you get rid of carbon dioxide and inhale good amount of oxygen, the body, it's another way the body naturally tries to get rid of acidity. Yeah? Yeah. So, and that's why you'll find, when you're in nature, there are things, vitamin, you say there are vitamins to air. We call them negative ions. They are vitamins to air. And that's why you'll find most people do love doing something called nature walk.
Yeah.
If you go to Karura Forest on weekends or even a day like this, you may find a lot of white people there. If you look at, white people do appreciate nature a lot, if I may say so, yeah. You find even in their homes, around their homes, they plant a lot of trees and flowers and all this. Why? Because they release negative ions. Yeah. If you go to someone's balcony, you'll find they have natural plants there. But if you look at us on this other side, Africans, someone's balcony is where they put their sack of charcoal. That's where they put their shoes, the water buckets, So nature or breathing fresh air is very important. And I'm sure during this holiday season, a lot of people are going to go to the coastal area around beaches. It's very good there because you get a lot of negative ions, mountain tops, waterfalls, somewhere that the trees. So that's very crucial.
And I think Africa, we need to really pay attention to those. You said 6 natural doctors.
Yes.
But before you complete all of them, because of time, and I don't want people to miss out on this one.
Yes.
I mean, for someone who, because I know that is a package that you give people who come to Nuga Best.
Yes.
They can expect a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, for the first time someone is approaching you,
they're
coming to Nuga Best, what can they expect in just 1 minute?
What they can expect is an approach that they've never seen before. They can expect 1, relief. They can expect relaxation. They can expect that feel good moment in their bodies, because some of these things people come, experience it, and I'm telling you, even after the first session, you'll hear clients say, this is what my body needs. So I can guarantee any person that wants to come and experience Nuga Best, 1, good health, no pain, no discomfort, better sleep, very important, and better balance in their body.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's I think that's very important. You have now justified the need for balance and the benefits one gets.
Yes.
I mean, give us your parting shots because of time.
Yes.
I feel like more people can get more details
Yes.
when they have a one-on-one discussion with you.
No problem.
Yes.
Thank you once again for hosting me. For those that would like to have our more interactive session, visit us at Blessed House, opposite Garden City Mall, second floor, room number 64. Come experience our products, come experience Nuga Best, and all the discomforts you're going through will be a thing of the past. So Enock, I look forward to having more interaction, and let's make our nation healthy, because a healthy nation definitely is a very wealthy nation.
Someone made a statement and said a running nation is a healthy nation.
Yes.
So for you are saying a healthy nation is a wealthy nation.
Yes.
Right.
Or may I say a warm nation?
So for you,
it's a healthy nation.
Okay.
Yes.
I think you can put it that way. A
Yes.
warm nation
Yes.
is a
healthy nation.
healthy nation.
Yes.
And again, health. You said health is
wealth.
Health is wealth.
Yes.
That is Michael for you from.
And a healthy family is a happy family.
Is a happy family.
Yes.
Do you have more of this when people come to Nuga Best?
Yes.
Okay, more insights.
Yes.
I mean, there's so much he can give you when you make time to visit them, and we are really so grateful for your time, your expertise. The insights you've shared are really invaluable, and we are grateful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And again, our viewers, thank you for watching Faith Today Television. We learn that it's not just about treatment, it's about alignment, it's about balance, it's about that warmth. And that is what you need for your health, for you to trigger the natural healing capacity or potential that God has put in you. Again, this program is brought to you by JCK Hospital. For all health services, the emergency response, they are right there at your service. Again, let me just give you this bonus. This is a bonus for today. There's a very huge conference that is coming up in December, starting on 2nd up to the 6th this very year. It's called the Transform Africa Faith Conference. And one of the sponsors of this program is the JCK Hospital. So if you have not done a body checkup before, you have not done a test before, there are so many free services they are going to be offering during that conference. Make sure you attend, have an interaction with the doctors. It will be free stuff in that conference, so do not miss it. My name is Enock Kitondekijja, and you have been watching the healthyyou program. Until we meet next time, stay proactive, stay informed, and stay healthy. God bless you.
At JCK Hospital, we understand that a child's smile is priceless. That's why our dental services are tailored with care and compassion to ensure your little ones have the best experience possible. From gentle checkups to specialized treatments, our pediatric dental experts create a safe and friendly environment, making every visit fun and stress-free. Because we believe healthy habits start young. And for the grown-ups, we've got you covered too, with top-notch dental care for the whole family. Visit JCK Hospital today, located in Roysambu, opposite Park University on Lumumba Drive, and experience dental care that's gentle, professional, and family-friendly. JCK Hospital, you first.
Team,